In this episode of Your Creative Friends, we've got the Lego Movie Collectible Minifigures. That's right, the whole series. Hey guys, it's Your Creative Friends, and this is it, the full review. We've got all 16 of the Lego Movie minifigures. Now this is the pack that you're gonna get. This is the front, and then this is the back. Now one thing about it, it does not say Series 12. So a lot of you guys are like, well, the last one was Series 11, this one's gonna be Series 12. Instead, it's just the Lego Movie. So here is the sheet that you get, and then on the back of it, it does have a little code to scan that will help you out and get you some, I guess, some more information and maybe some games and stuff. And then we get like a little poster there. There's a website you can go to, lego.com/movie. Can't wait till this movie comes out. Also, I know a lot of you guys want to know, where did you get those? I can't find these figures anywhere. I want to give a shout out to a friend of mine who has a Bricklink store. His store is My Kids Love Bricks. I'm going to put a link to it down below, because if you're looking for these figs or if you're looking for any other polybags, he's like the polybag master. MyKidsLoveBricks.com. He actually found these at a Toys R Us in New Jersey. So stick around to the end and I'll let you guys know which 3 figs are my favorites. We're gonna get each one on the pedestal in the order that they are listed on the guide. And the number 1 here is Calamity Drone. And we'll just take a look all the way around. One thing I want to point out about her is the hair and the hat. This is kind of reminiscent of the Red Harrington minifigure from the Lone Ranger, where there is that cap that goes onto the hair piece there. And then here is the front without the accessories. And then you can see that there is back printing on the torso as well. And next up is President Business. And he is the ruler of Octan. And Octan is the big gas company. So this is probably a very wealthy individual. And we do get the Octan printed mug, which is pretty sweet. I want to get an Octan t-shirt. That would be kind of awesome. The headpiece is pretty cool. It's very blocky. And then you can see he's kind of angry there, and he does have the double-sided face action going on where he's maybe more stoic in that regard. But if you're looking for a fig with just a business suit, and then maybe you want to change it up for your collection, then you can see he's just got the gray jacket and red tie. Very traditional. Now we have our hero, one of the main characters of the movie. This is Emmett, and this version of Emmett is called Hat Emmet. You can see he's in his construction worker gear. He's got a name tag that's actually hanging on his pant leg there with his name. The hard hat itself is one piece with his hair coming down out of it. So that's something new. And then he's happier here. He's happy and happy. When's the last time you saw that? Like happy and happier on a minifig? I don't remember seeing one. Usually they're opposites, but this is different. So this is the printed tile piece that you get. I do see the Octan logo on there. If we can just get a little closer look. Let's see, focus. And that is a printed tile for Emmett. And this is Wyldstyle. Also will have a prominent role in the movie. The thing is, I mean, I'm not a huge fan of these types of legs. You know, just kind of like the slope piece there, even though you do get the printing. But this is considered Wild West Wyldstyle, so she does get the fan, and you know, the hair piece does have her printed streaks. And there's the back printing, no double-sided face. But interested to see all the different versions of these figs that we get. Can't wait for the sets, they're gonna be pretty dope. And here we get Honest Abe, Abraham Lincoln. And there are some notable things to show you here. Well, I mean, first we'll start with his scripture. So 407 years ago. All right, and then The hat and beard and hair is all one piece. So this again isn't like the really hard plastic. It's like slightly rubbery, as you can see, but does fit over nicely and gives that perfect Abraham Lincoln look. So that is our Abraham Lincoln. Next up is Miss Scratchen-Post, and this is, you know, the crazy cat lady, and this is her cat, which does have some detailed printing on it. I mean, along the sides, the front, the nose, the eyes, pretty detailed cat. So there's your cat, and then this is cat lady. And kind of a cool, I like the printing on the head there. You can see she's rocking one of those, what do you call them? Hip sacks? I forget what we used to call those things. Hip pouch? Who knows what she keeps in there? Maybe some catnip. Because she is a crazy cat lady. But we do get like the gray style hair. I'm not sure if that hair piece has ever come in gray before, but I don't know. Maybe one of you guys can let me know. This is Scribble-Face Bad Cop. And so no back printing, but that's all right because wait till you see what they've done with his face. So you can see he's got the handcuffs. We'll just remove those. He's got his police radio. Kind of looks like an iPad or pod or phone, an iDevice or Android device of some kind. And then we get to the helmet, which is pretty cool because it's printed. You can see it's white on top and then it has the black. But, alright, so we've got cool shades. He's totally like, you know, wearing the aviator sunglasses. But check this out. I'm just gonna do it this way. The big reveal. Look at that face. Isn't that awesome? Kind of reminds me of like maybe Edward Scissorhands a little bit, but that is like one of the coolest minifigure faces ever. It's just like scribbled on. So I'm kind of digging that. Let me know what you guys think. Here is William Shakespeare. This is going to be one of my highly sought after figs. He is also holding a pad here and it says, "To build or not to build?" That is the question. Doesn't say that part, but you know what that's from. To be or not to be, that is the question. So he has to build or not to build, and then here is, well, this would be considered his pen that he writes with. And then here is the William Shakespeare fig. And I'm really digging this piece. So in an upcoming video, I will tell you why this piece particular is significant. First time we've ever gotten this hair piece, by the way. Pretty neat. And then that is Shakespeare, and he's got the ruffle going on. We've seen that before. Say hello to Gail, the construction worker. Another detailed fig. And she's got the jackhammer. So we will remove the jackhammer so you can see the rest of the leg and torso printing. And also did want to point out that again, the hair piece is attached to the hard hat, kind of like Hat Emmet. And she's been working, so she's got all kinds of schmutz on her face. But I do like that we get a female construction worker added to the group here, and with her jackhammer. And this is Larry the Barista. And for those of you that don't know, Barista is the person that like works behind the counter at like a Starbucks, the person that makes your coffee. When you order a special, like, you know, Grande, Clover, Aged Sumatra coffee. Like, that's what I would get. But this, I believe, is something brand new. So it is like a cup that has the lid. And so instead of just like a 1x1 like barrel, round, you know, one of those round 1x1 bricks, it's actually has a lid, like it could only be used as a drink. So that's kind of neat. So this is Larry, and he has a name tag. You can see his name, and that's it for him. I would say of all the minifigs. This is probably the most basic one. The real draw with Larry here is the coffee cup with the logo. And this is Velma Staplebot with the beehive hairdo. That's what we call that. And I'll let you know what it says here on our clipboard. It says, super secret plan, Taco Tuesday. Yeah, you guys have Taco Tuesday? We do Taco Tuesday. Sometimes we do fish tacos. That's always popular in the YCF household. And just a little bit of personal information. So her name is Velma, V-E-L-M-A. My grandmother's name is Vilma, V-I-L-M-A. So how about that? So this is the Velma minifig. It's an odd name, but my grandmom has a very similar one. And here is Taco Tuesday Guy, which this is one of the most detailed figs in the set. I mean, just the poncho action just kind of makes it detailed as is, but lots of printing here going on as we take a look at his dish, where I guess these would be, I don't know, maybe taco shells. We have a couple of jalapenos printed on the inside, so that is a nice dish. The sombrero that he's got going on has printing all the way around. Look at that. So sombrero comes off, and now I'll tell you what. I'll get the ponchos off, which are two. So why don't I just show you? So it's not one piece. You actually get two of these, and then it's just the lime green torso, which is going to be pretty awesome if you're trying to do a monochrome. Although I don't know if they make monochrome parts in that color, but if you're gonna make a monochrome fig in that color, you're gonna want to have to get Taco Tuesday Guy. And here is Where Are My Pants Guy. Alright, so he loses his pants somehow. I think we do get a set. One of the sets is going to be the part of the movie where he actually does lose his pants. So here are his real pants, and then this is him with just his underwear on, I would suppose. Got the flowery shirt going on. Got that hairpiece. Seems very happy about losing his pants. He's kind of into that. So this is Where Are My Pants Guy. And then you see how they were kind of held on there, so the hand can fit right into one of those holes. For you unadvanced builders, that's kind of how you could hold on to stuff like that. And here is Wiley Fusebot with the raccoon tail hat, which is like very Davy Crockett-ish. When you're gonna do like a Davy Crockett mock, you're gonna want that hat. And here is the fig with all of the accessories removed, just to give you a nice clean look. And that is the back. And here is Panda Guy. So keeping with the guy dressed up in another kind of a suit idea. So, you know, we've had Chicken Suit Guy, we've had Dragon, I don't know, lots of different ones, but this now is the Panda. And what's really neat about the Panda, well, the other ones like Bumblebee Girl, and we had a gorilla and a bunny, so this one's the Panda, is that this is like the same piece as the teddy bears that we've gotten, although now they just made it look like a panda. So I thought that was pretty clever. Good idea. And this panda headgear is also really neat. And then there's our kids sweating bullets on the inside, because it does get nice and hot in there. And there's the zipper on the back. So I believe this will be popular. This might be one of my favorites in the set. I mean, I know there's not too much going on, but who doesn't love a panda? And lastly, this is Marsha, Queen of the Mermaids. We've gotten several mermaids before, but this is the Mermaid Queen, Marsha. And she does have, now we've gotten this hairpiece before. Whoops, sorry, Marsha. This one happens to have printing on it. Starfish printing on top in this blue, this lighter blue. So I don't know if we've gotten it in that color either. So that's kind of nice. Just want to check out the back. All right, nothing going on. This is the clamshell that we get, which does open. Let me open it. Open the clamshell. And you can, it might be a little washed out, but you can actually attach a gem or jewel on the inside. And then it does kind of go shut. Now, these things, the clamshells, I mean, the more you use them, they may not stay shut all the way. So I just keep them closed. And then she does have the jewel on this side. So that's Marsha. Alright, I told you I was going to pick 3 favorites, and here we go. Right off the bat, I'm going to start with my man here, President Business. Why President Business? Well, I like the Octan mug. I want an Octan mug. So, like, if you're feeling up to it, like, someone make an Octan mug. I would love one. And then I will buy it. Or you can make a custom one and send it to us. That would be super cool. And I would drink my coffee out of it. So there he is, President Business, #1 favorite fig. My #2 favorite fig of this series is going to be Taco Tuesday Man. That's right, because he serves tacos and there's a lot going on. I like that we get the plate with the jalapeno printing in there. The double poncho action. And the sombrero. I mean, I don't know. I just have a thing for tacos. I like Mexican food. I like spicy food. And I just think that Taco Tuesday Man can help me. So I guess both have been related to food so far. So President Business is gonna, you know, has a cool coffee mug, and I like coffee. And then Taco Tuesday Man is going to help feed my spicy food addiction. And then the last one is going to be Shakespeare. And again, I'm going to be doing a separate video that has to do with Shakespeare and the headpiece of Shakespeare. So it's Philly Brickfest related, so you might want to check that out. And then maybe we'll do something special, like if you guys find Shakespeare, I don't know, we'll like incentivize you somehow. So that does it, guys. I want to hear from you. I want to know what you think about this Lego Movie collectible minifigure series of figs, all 16. I want to know which ones you guys are going to be hunting for. There are some that are rarer than others. I'm going to put a link to a post by White Fang from Eurobricks. He got all these minifigures and compared them to others and lets you know which ones are rare, which ones aren't, and a lot of good information there that I'll post.